What's up YouTube? It's your boy SlayIsland and I'm back with a new video. In this video, I'm going to give you guys the best Pro-Am lineup. That means the best build at all 5 positions. Let's get right into it and let's start with the point guard. So for the point guard, I went with a 6'3" offensive threat. And for the pie charts, I went with the speed pie chart and then the playmaking sharpshooting pie chart. So for the attributes, finishing, max my close shot, max my driving layup, max my driving dunk, put my post hook at 33, max mid-range shot, 3-point shot and free throw, post fade at 71, max my pass accuracy, max my ball handling, post moves at 47, put my interior defense at 43, max the perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and then defensive rebounding. Okay, so the reason I picked this build is obviously you can dribble really good, you have Hall of Fame playmaking badges, and then you can shoot a lot deeper than a lot of the other builds. So the other builds that people would probably assume are the best point guard build is the BP, which is the sharp slasher, which I do think is probably the second best for Pro-Am in my opinion. But the reason I chose this over the BP is I think it just has a higher potential. The BP definitely is easier to use, and if you're not the one of the best point guards in the world, I think the BP might be better for you because you can kind of rely on those contact dunks. But with this build, you just get that more playmaking, further shooting, and if you're a really good player, you can learn how to score crafty inside. One way is once you get down in there, post up, work on your post moves, shoot a little post fade, post hooks. That's really effective in this game, and also just working on your mid-range game. That's something that a lot of people forget about. If you can establish an effective mid-range game, you don't really need to rely on those contact dunks from the BP. So that's the main reason I went with this build. Also the badge layout, you get 5 finishing, 20 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 8 defending, which is really good. This build is going to be your main, or pretty much your only creator on the offensive end. You're going to bring the ball up every time, so the person who's playing this build has to be a really good player in order for this lineup to be effective. Also, you get 8 defensive badges like I said, so unless the other team has 2 really good ball handlers, you're going to be playing the top of the key most of the time. Sometimes you'll be in the corner, but most of the time I would want this build in the top of the key. So we're going to make body shape doesn't matter. Height, we're going to do 6'3", weight, minimum weight, just get a little bit more lateral quickness and acceleration. Minimum wingspan, which boosts our 3-pointer to 88 and ball handling to 91. And once you hit 99, those are going to be very high. For your takeover, I would recommend sharpshooter or playmaking. If you're a dribble god, playmaking might be the way to go, but otherwise I would probably say sharpshooting. I've never really used the slashing takeover with this build, but it might work, but probably sharpshooting. So that's what I'm going to go with here. So for the shooting guard, I'm going with a 2-way 3-level facilitator. So let's look at the build. You're going to make it as a point guard. You're going to pick the speed pie chart once again. I'm using the speed pie chart for all of them, so keep that in mind. And then I'm going to use the defending and shooting pie chart, so red and green. For the attributes, I'm maxing close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, maxing my mid-range shot, 3-point shot, free throw, put my post fade at 77, playmaking, max pass accuracy and ball handling, and then for defense, put interior defense at 48, perimeter defense max, lateral quickness, steal, or max lateral quickness and steal, then defense rebounding at 70. So the badge layout is really good for this build. You get 6 finishing, 18 shooting, 10 playmaking, 18 defending. So this is a build that can do a little bit of everything. Offensively, you're going to be standing at the hash, which is why I have that shooting pie chart so I can get Hall of Fame shooting badges. And with an 83-pointer, that's, especially when we hit 99, that's definitely going to be able to shoot from really deep. You're also going to be a secondary ball handler a little bit. This lineup mainly only has 1 ball handler, but this build can create a little bit. So that's definitely something you can do. So the player who uses this build, your shooting guard, you want to be a good defender, a good shooter, and a little bit of ability to create your own shot. And defensively, you're going to be guarding the secondary ball handler for the most part, especially when a team has 2 really good ball handlers, or like if they're trying to run away from the lock, as people say. You can't really do that against this build because you got 18 defensive badges, you got high lateral quickness, high perimeter defense. But if a team only has 1 ball handler, this build would work perfectly fine in the corner. You can drop, stop people like that, bait from the corner. It's just an all-around really good build. So we're gonna put the height to 6'5". I like it a little taller because having two really short players, the point guard's already 6'3". Two, like if I made this guy 6'3", it'd be easy for the other team to create mismatches. So 6'5" is the height. Weight, I'm going minimum, getting a little faster, lateral quickness up. Wingspan, we're going 78, so one below minimum. For the takeover, we're going lock takeover, and that's the build. Next up, we have our small forward or our main lock. So it's going to be a two-way finisher. We're making a point guard as the position, speed pie chart, and then we're going pure defense. For the attributes, we're going 83 close shot, 80 driving layup, 91 driving dunk, 46 standing dunk, so max all of those, 37 post hook, max all your shooting, don't touch the playmaking at all. And then defense, you're gonna max interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, and defensive rebound, and then put offensive rebound up to 61. So this build is a phenomenal defender. You're getting 30 defensive badges, while you're also getting 15 finishing badges, 91 dunks, so you're gonna be able to get contact dunks, and you get 3 shooting badges. So the big thing that you're probably wondering, especially for Pro-Am, this is gonna be a corner build on offense. Can you hit consistently? And I've seen it, you can. If you're good at the game, you know your shot, 51 3-pointer, 3 shooting badges is all you need. And this build is a monster defensively. So we're gonna make the height 6'5". You can go with 6'6" if you want. That's really preference. I'm gonna go with 6'5". For our weight, we're gonna go with 214 pounds. I think it's just a good balance of strength. You don't lose too much lateral quickness. You get a good interior defense. So I think 214 is probably the best number for this. For wingspan, we're gonna go max wingspan. Longer arms, you're gonna get your block +5. You're just gonna be able to steal way more passes. I just think that's the best for a defensive build. And once again, lock takeover. So offensively, this build, you can dunk really good. You can shoot. You might have to work on it a little bit, but you can shoot. Playmaking is non-existent. You're not going to be very fast with the ball. You're not going to be able to really create your shot unless you're just driving by someone and dunking. But defensively, it's a monster. You're going to be guarding the other team's primary ball handler. And in Pro-Am, guards, that's the other team's best player most of the time. They want to score, so you're the team's neutralizer. You get on their point guard, lock them up. So next up, we have our power forward build. And for that, I'm going with a two-way playmaker. So for this, you're going to make him a center. You're gonna once again pick the speed pie chart, and then you're gonna pick the defensive and the playmaking pie chart. So here's the attributes. We're gonna max our driving dunk, and we're not gonna touch any of the other finishing. We're gonna max all our shooting, max all our playmaking, and then max all of our defending except for our block, which we're gonna put at 81. So this gets I think the badges are personally really good. You only get 1 finishing, but in Pro-Am, you're gonna be sitting in the corner mainly offensively, so you're not gonna have to worry about finishing too much unless you're wide open. You're gonna get 10 shooting, which is more than enough to hit from the corner, 18 playmaking, and 24 defensive. This build is gonna be your corner defender and your corner on offense. But one thing I really like about this build is 24 defensive badges. This is a really good defensive build. You can drop, you can swing, you're gonna be able to make a lot of plays defensively. You can get rebounds, and also if your center's struggling, you can also guard the pick and roll. Like, you're gonna be fast, you're gonna be able to make plays. Body shape doesn't really matter. Height going to 6'9", and as you can see, you get that 81 speed. Once you're 99, 85. So you're gonna be able to move on this build. Weight, we are gonna go to, let me see, we're gonna put our weight at 271 pounds. It just raises our interior defense a lot, +7 to 84. It's gonna be really tough to score on you. So that's the build. Max wingspan, once again, just to get that better passing lane, all that. 63 pointer, but with those 10 shooting badges, it's not a problem at all. One thing I do want to mention about the badges on this player, make sure you have Hall of Fame floor general and Hall of Fame defensive anchor. Power forward, at the end of the day, it's probably not the most important position. If you can help out everyone else get their offense boosts and get their defense boosts, it's best for the team. And then for your takeover, you're going rim protector with this one. So that's the power forward build. And now we got our center build. For the center, we're going with a paint beast, 6'10" paint beast. So you're gonna pick the center position. You're going to go with the speed pie chart once again, and then you're going to go with the pure defensive pie chart. For attributes, we're going to max all of our finishing except for post hook, which we're going to put at 50, put the free throw to 65, pass accuracy maxed, and then max all of the defense. So this build I think is the best center for Pro-Am, especially when you have a point guard that can shoot like the playmaking Sharp does. You get 15 finishing badges, 30 defensive badges, and I mean, this is just going to be like your defensive anchor. We're gonna go to the height. We're gonna put him at 6'10" to just give us a little bit more speed. We're gonna be 78 speed. This is definitely not too small at all. Even if you're going against a 7'2", which no one really uses in Pro-Am, you're not really gonna have a problem. You still got that 95 rebounding. You're gonna be fast. You got that high interior defense. Not a problem at all. Weight, we're gonna go to 268 pounds. I just think that's a good balance of everything. And wingspan, we're gonna go max. Takeover, once again, we're going with rim protector. So that's our 5 builds. Let me go over them one more time for everyone and kind of explain how I personally would have everything work. So we got the offensive threat at the point guard, 2-way 3-level facilitator, 2-way finisher, 2-way playmaker, and paint beast. So as you can see, a lot of defense, 4 primary defensive takeovers, and a lot of people might say this is a cheesy lineup, but trust me, this is a great lineup for Pro-Am. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for this lineup is you need a point guard that can create his own shots and score very effectively, because your other 4 players aren't the greatest at creating shots. So you want a point guard who can create his own shot and create shots for other players. But defensively, I mean, this lineup is unbelievable. You got a 30 badge lock guarding the ball. You got a 30 badge paint beast. This 2-way playmaker's a monster defensively with 24 badges. And then you got a 2-way 3-level facilitator in case the other team is trying to run away from your lock. Your only weak link defensively is your O threat, but you still get 8 defensive badges on that. And I mean, you're just gonna put him on the other team's lock, or they have a pure Sharp, put him on there, and it's not a problem at all. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I suggest you guys try out making some of these builds, see how you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.